I feel pretty transparent going into any of my relationships that I write songs.
He got a lot of backlash because your fans are very loyal.
Correct. Most of the time, they've been pretty flattered when they get a song written about them, good or bad. I think they're just excited to get a shout out. I'm not scared of men in that sense. I'm scared of men sometimes, but I'm not scared of
in that sense.
In that sense, I'm not scared. I think I will attract exactly who I'm supposed to attract.
When Sabrina Carpenter finally opened up about her breakup with actor Barry Keoghan, fans thought they were about to get closure. Instead, what she revealed only sparked more questions. In a brand new CBS interview, Sabrina spoke candidly about writing songs inspired by her relationships, while carefully sidestepping the details fans wanted most. That balance between honesty and mystery is what's kept her at the center of conversations for months. And when you add in the fierce loyalty of her fan base and Barry's unexpected public plea after the split, this story becomes a reminder of how messy things can get when music, love, and fame all collide.
People to picture the person in their head than the person I picture in my head, I think.
Yes. But for him, he got a lot of backlash because your fans are very loyal.
Correct.
Did you feel badly when he was going through that, or did you feel, but that's not on me? I never said it was about him.
You know what's funny about, I feel pretty transparent going into any of my relationships that I write songs.
From the very beginning of her career, Sabrina has never shied away from writing about the people in her life. She's even admitted that she tells her partners up front that her songs will probably reflect their story together. According to her, most of them haven't minded at all. If anything, they've been flattered. Whether the lyric is glowing or heartbreaking, she says they've often been just excited to get a shout-out. It's her way of processing emotions, but it's also how she shares pieces of herself with her fans. And for listeners, that honesty makes every album feel like a puzzle, with each track hinting at moments from her real life. But the same openness that keeps her music relatable has also created complicated moments when the person on the other side doesn't want the attention. Transition, and that's exactly what happened when her romance with Barry Keoghan went public. By early 2024, fans began noticing Sabrina spending time with Barry Keoghan, the Irish actor best known for his standout roles in The Banshees of Inisherin and Saltburn. The pairing caught attention fast, not just because of their careers, but because of how different their worlds seemed. Sabrina, a rising pop star with a fiercely loyal Gen Z following, and Barry, a critically acclaimed actor with a reputation for choosing darker, complicated roles. It didn't take long before the internet started connecting the dots. In her songs, Sabrina dropped playful hints, like the cute boy with the white jacket and thick accent, that fans were quick to associate with Barry. The speculation turned their relationship into something bigger than either of them had intended, with every public appearance dissected online. For a while, it seemed like a story straight out of a pop culture fairy tale, the singer and the actor sharing a whirlwind romance. But by December 2024, that fairy tale started to unravel, and the end of their relationship was just the beginning of the drama. If there's one thing Sabrina Carpenter's fans are known for, it's their loyalty. They've stood by her through career highs, heartbreaks, and public feuds, and they don't hesitate to defend her when someone new enters the picture. That loyalty turned into something much harsher once rumors spread that Barry Keoghan might have inspired some of her songs. Suddenly, he wasn't just Sabrina's boyfriend. He was the subject of endless online debates, jokes, and criticism. The pressure only intensified after their split in December 2024. Barry, who's usually private about his personal life, felt the need to step in and say something. On X, he wrote a rare public plea to Sabrina's fans, asking them to tone down the hate. But what made his message stand out wasn't just the request for respect, it was the reason behind it. Barry mentioned his young son, Brando, and reminded people that one day his child would be old enough to read everything that was being written about his father. It was raw, vulnerable, and a reminder that beyond the headlines, real families are affected. For fans, that plea was shocking, not because of what Barry said, but because it highlighted the darker side of the fame Sabrina's relationships bring. Just days after Barry's emotional plea, Sabrina sat down with CBS Mornings, and the timing couldn't have been more intense. When asked directly whether she felt guilty about the backlash Barry faced, Sabrina gave an answer that was as careful as it was revealing. She explained that she never confirmed which songs were about him, and she wasn't responsible for how fans interpreted her lyrics. With a calm but pointed tone, she said, "I never said it was about him." That single line spoke volumes. On one hand, it was a way of protecting herself, refusing to take ownership of the online storm that her fans created. On the other, it was a reminder of the blurred line between her art and her real life. Sabrina was clear that she writes from her own experiences, but she also seemed to be drawing a boundary. The music is hers, the interpretations belong to the fans. It was a strategic answer, one that gave just enough to keep people intrigued, but not enough to tie her down to any single narrative. And in the world of celebrity relationships, that kind of ambiguity can be just as powerful as a confession. For years, Sabrina Carpenter has mastered the art of writing songs that feel personal but never too specific. She admitted in the interview that she actually prefers when listeners create their own images of who the lyrics are about, rather than focusing on the real person she had in mind. "It's more fun for people to picture the person in their head than the person I picture in mine," she explained. That strategy keeps fans hooked. Every new release turns into a guessing game, with theories spreading across TikTok and Reddit in minutes. Was the white jacket and thick accent really Barry? Or was it just a clever lyric meant to spark speculation? By never confirming, Sabrina keeps control of her narrative while letting the audience do the work of keeping her music in the spotlight. It's a fine line between honesty and mystery, and Sabrina walks it effortlessly. She's transparent about the fact that her songs come from real experiences, but she never ties herself to the details. And that vagueness does more than protect her privacy, it fuels the kind of viral curiosity that artists dream of. Transition, but her CBS interview also revealed something deeper about how she sees relationships and the kind of people she believes she'll attract next. Beyond the music and the speculation, Sabrina also opened up about how she views relationships moving forward. In her CBS interview, she dismissed the idea that she should be afraid of writing about love or how people might react to it. "I think I'll attract exactly who I'm supposed to attract," she said confidently. It was a subtle but powerful reminder that she isn't letting public opinion dictate who she loves or how she expresses herself. She admitted she sometimes feels wary of men in general, but when it comes to her music and relationships, she isn't scared of the consequences. That fearlessness is part of what draws people to her in the first place. Sabrina's ability to turn personal experiences into art, without letting backlash silence her, shows a maturity that keeps her in control of her own story. To her, the songs are simply an extension of who she is. They're not traps for her partners, and they're not designed to stir chaos, even if that's how fans interpret them. Her perspective highlights a balance between vulnerability and strength, proving she's not just reacting to the spotlight, but shaping it on her own terms, and that's what makes this chapter of her story so fascinating. Because if this much drama followed her last songs, just imagine what might come next. Sabrina Carpenter has built a career out of turning her personal life into music, but what makes her unique is how she balances honesty with mystery. She's upfront about writing songs inspired by relationships, yet she never confirms exactly who those songs are about. That deliberate ambiguity keeps her fans guessing, while also protecting her private life from being fully consumed by the public. Her romance with Barry Keoghan showed both sides of that coin, the playful excitement of fans connecting lyrics to a real person, and the darker reality of how intense that speculation can become. Barry's plea for kindness reminded everyone that fame comes with collateral damage, while Sabrina's carefully chosen words showed that she's not going to take on blame for what her fans decide to believe. At the heart of it all, Sabrina remains fearless, confident that the right people will be drawn to her, no matter what songs she writes. And if her past music created this much conversation, there's no doubt her next album will bring even bigger questions, more speculation, and maybe even more drama. Because when it comes to Sabrina Carpenter, the mystery is half the story, and fans can't stop trying to solve it.